ride on people. Today I'm recording audio for the very first time on the new Intercom feature from Cardo Edge, whereby you can record directly from the microphone. And for those interested, I'm recording with the boom mic, and I always like to have the boom mic physically kind of touching my lips really when I speak. It just makes it much clearer over comms, and it's great that Cardo have done this. It means that vloggers don't need to have a plug-in mic attached to their helmet, wired into their camera. They can just do it independently through the app and the headset. Anywho, hopefully you can hear me okay. So I thought I'd give you a quick 2K update. I'm just about to lead a ride out with some of the crew. It's a late July morning. It's nice and cool, about 75 degrees, but it will get up to about 95 today, so we're not having the longest ride, about 100 miles to a barbecue place for lunch. And anyway, I've done 2,000 miles now on my beloved Triumph Street Triple RS, and if you've seen any of the videos out there, I think personally I've got over 100 bookmarked in a playlist. If you search for Triumph 2024 Triumph Street Triple RS, there's a playlist out there. Have a look at all the videos in that from all of the YouTubers. It's everybody is gushing with praise for this bike. I did report at 1,000 miles that I thought the Supercourse tyres were done. They were just showing premature signs of wear, but they've hung in there, so I'm up to 2,000 miles now, and they are still okay. They're not down quite to the legal limit just yet. I would expect about 2,500, maybe 3,000 if you like to push it and you live in a hot, dry climate, out of the tyres. I do have a set of what the hell have I got? Yeah, I've got the Michelin Pilot 6s sat in the truck bed waiting to go on this as soon as I think they've had enough, but at the moment they're hanging in there. I have two friends that have recently one is actually collected today, actually, a Moto 2 version. One is a general manager of Mountain Motorsports here in Roswell, and the other is a good friend of mine and one of the kind of execs, if you like, in Moto Coterie. Check out their website. And Elaine, I think, is particularly excited to be picking up her bike from Knoxville today. She's had to go out of state, as a lot of people are, because just trying to get hold of this hot ticket is very, very difficult this year. If you didn't put your money down early for the bike, good luck getting one for the year. I know my dealer, Triumph Roswell, who are officially the biggest selling Triumph dealer in the whole of North America, I believe, actually, this year. I think they have one Silver RS coming in later this year, or I'm sure it's and I think they have an RS coming in that's already pre-sold, but they have like 10 people, literally 10 people behind them waiting to buy the bike. Now the Standard R makes a great case for itself on road. It's that little bit softer, easier to ride. It's a great value for money. I have no idea how Triumph are making that bike for less than $10,000. But of course with the RS you get a little bit more power, you know, another 20 horsepower or so. It's quite noticeable. Plus the better brakes in the Stylemma and a better rear shock in the Öhlins. But otherwise they're essentially the same bike. And if you're generally not tearing around like a bat out of hell, somebody who picked up a speeding ticket recently, I totally empathise and understand if you're the sort of person that likes to stick to the speed limits or thereabouts. Standard R will probably be right up your street, and it is the bargain of the decade. The RS is well worth it. It's about 12.6 I think in total. If you like a little bit of bling, and of course I can get the Cosmic Yellow, which I absolutely adore, in the RS, which isn't available in the Standard R model. Then the RS is your daddy, but you should probably you'll probably have to slap down money now and wait till the new year to get your bike, but it'd be worth it, trust me, it'd be worth it. I think you will enjoy it. The Moto Coterie, Elaine's part of Moto Coterie, the Moto 2 bike that Elaine is getting That also features Olin's forks and clip-on bars, but they're not that extreme because they're clipped on above the yoke, not beneath it. And it's got a lovely machined headstock with a numbered plate. They're making 765 of those in each colour. One is in the white colour, one is in the yellow colour. And we are going to do a back-to-back test of both of those bikes and get both of our thoughts on that. Now, Elaine likes to do a lot of track days. She's a track day queen, and she's really into it, and she has a number of bikes at her disposal. A very accomplished rider, and I think she will not only absolutely adore the Moto 2 version, I think she will find it, the best version to run on the track, and the RS maybe a little bit better on the road, but who knows? When we ride them, we might both agree the Moto 2 is your huckleberry, but they're basically sold out worldwide. If you see one in a shop, just buy it. I found one for her when I was up in Tennessee, collecting my Multistrada V4S from Pandora's, and they just happened to have a cancelled order that morning, I think. It was on the showroom floor. They cancelled, not sure what the reason was, probably a personal reason, and I sent a message to her, and it took her an hour or so to get hold of her husband, discuss it, and they called to secure it, by which time it had already sold. So that is the level of desirability we're talking about with this particular model this year. And in some ways it kind of makes it like a bike of the year. I'm sure it won't be bike of the year because there's impressive bikes out there like the M1000R competition, for instance, and there's always something that comes out late in the year, close to when magazines and publications typically vote on that kind of thing. But in terms of achieving its objectives, wow, did Triumph hit a home run. I really can't say enough about this bike. I think it is the absolute perfect power to weight ratio for the road. It is immense fun. It's great to look at. It's absolute joy to ride. Sounds fantastic. It turns incredibly well like a ballerina. It stops on a dime. And really the only thing that I can criticise, and I'm not pleased to say it, but I kind of, there's affirmation in it that all the other vloggers and owners say exactly the same things, that Triumph have dropped the ball with regards to the dashboard layout. Now, I run a fairly clear layout with the digital. There's kind of 4 themes, and I choose the digital RPM, the big odometer, the big gear indicator, but the things I really am quite interested in, like how many miles I have remaining and the time and the ambient temperature, are in minuscule little letters, and there's plenty of real estate to have those in larger letters because they're duplicating effort with the RPM by showing it in digital format and analog, a kind of bar chart effect. I don't get it. It's all a bit gimmicky and effective, for effect that. Just give us really clear display. I think KTM and BMW do a particularly good job of that, and it's not rocket science to actually ask actual owners and users of Triumph motorcycles, as I think it's a bit of a generic problem even with the 1200 Tiger that I owned and the Rocket 3 that I own. Just make the clocks clear as day, and that will really, really help people out, I think. So, yeah, all other than that, one criticism which I can happily live with, I've got absolutely nothing bad to say about this bike. And bikes that get very good, they get harder to criticise, but you can nearly always find some kind of criticism. I recently rode the Mandello VS, and the quick shifter is junk. There's always something that is like majorly wrong. Even if some of the bike is good, you can live with it. There's something that just is very poor, whether it's wind protection or it doesn't come with this, that, etc. Now my bike is fitted with cruise control and heated grips. They were optional extras, but I wouldn't expect them to be standard for a bike like this. But most people will be buying this either as a second bike or a dry weather toy or a track day bike, and you know, generally most people don't need those things. I do, because I ride long days and I love the bike, and it's made the enjoyment of the bike even better. I totally understand why they're not standard, and I think it's a fair price for the MSRP, and I didn't expect them to be standard within that price. Let's get some gas. Let's get some gas. That's another thing, the range is pretty reasonable, about 160 miles, something like that, and I'm not sure what that is for economy wise, but it's pretty good because it only holds about 3 gallon. And UK owners watching this, I'll just upset you by saying, let's just turn this on, just upset you by saying that the premium fuel here, the Shell V-Power Nitro, is just $4.49. What the regular stuff is $3.59 a gallon. That's not bad, is it? And if you're young and you're dealing litres, I think that's about 4.54. So that ain't bad, is it? We'll have some of that. Let my SW Motec tank bag off. I'm a tank bag converter. I just never liked tank bags, so they always look kind of ugly. But I must admit, this one is small, compact. I can get all my crap in it. Got my camera gear, and sunglasses, baseball cap, all that good stuff. And it's not too big on the bike. It takes seconds to remove and fit. A bit of go juice in it. But yeah, just select what I want. Begin fueling now. Probably going to show me some adverts and stuff. Hello everyone. Cheddar news. Goodness me, what? That's a bit cheesy, isn't it?
Hello everyone, this is Cheddar News, your destination for today's top headlines and what's trending. The simultaneous release of
I don't know what I don't want to see adverts of Barbie when I'm filling out my Triumph. This is the only real beauty, although I have agreed with my wife that Margot Robbie is my hall pass. Shh, don't tell anyone. Alright. I'm a bit sniffly this morning. I think it must be hay fever. I do tend to suffer from hay fever in the summertime here. I took a Zyrtec before leaving the house, and that should kick in shortly, and I'll stop. I'll probably stop snivelling when I stop recording. Right, off to Pop's Coffee Co now, which is kind of twinned with Triumph Roswell. Get myself a cup of reassuringly expensive latte. Yeah, baby. Listen to that triple. Love, 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 love. Love this bike. I mean, all bikes are great, aren't they? I loved toodling around on the Monkey when I had that. I couldn't stop laughing and giggling. But this thing's lovely around town. It's like Christie's. It's even good on the freeway, I think, up to legal speeds, or just above, allegedly. And certainly good enough to get you a speeding ticket riding around in the mid-range on it. And I think on track this would be an absolute weapon. I may take it to the track one day, but equally I have pangs of fear of throwing it down the track. I'd sooner go to a race school where I'm paying through the nose a bit, but it's their bike, I've got insurance, and I'm borrowing their leathers, and if I throw it all down the road, the only thing I've got to worry about is my Alpine Star Tech Air 5 airbag vest going off to protect me. Scourge of my life in sunny Roswell, well, it's not sunny today for a change as well, is we have far too many traffic lights. They are slowly converting them to roundabouts. Welcome to this century, guys, but it's taking eons of time, and can't have them fast enough for me. On the plus side, we don't have many speed cameras. It's not like the UK or Europe, where you are doing 100 miles an hour and then 10 miles an hour everywhere. But having said that, there are an awful lot of police on the road here. And that swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Police have a bit of discretion, whereas a camera does not. And if there's a genuine incident or problem, the police are there to serve and protect, which is a good thing, right? And sometimes we need to slow it down for our own good as well, obviously. But if you're a little bit cynical and think most of the speed traffic police are there to, as a revenue generating exercise, and then cameras do a better job of that in the main, because cameras generate revenue, whereas police cost taxpayer revenue. See what I mean? More red lights. No wonder Americans are in love with muscle cars and drag strip cars, because it's just racing from one set of lights to the other until they come across a £900 per feet EV truck. I wonder who may own one of those. There's the old IHOP, good pancakes there, waffle and bacon. Not that I eat breakfast. Been trying to lose a bit of weight recently since our last mini tour. I seem to have lost 9 pounds, which is quite shocking. All I did was really cut out breakfast and alcohol. I never drunk a lot of alcohol, not to the point of being drunk or anything like that, but I used to have red wine every night, and I just knocked that on the head, cold turkey, teetotal for now, and no breakfast, and been fairly active this last week, but even I was shocked at kind of 9 pounds in a week is a lot, although I have it to lose. Hopefully I can keep that up a little bit, look a little bit slimmer on camera moving forwards. I know how much you appreciate my sexiness. Need me to look svelte, cool, for no apparent reason. Actually, I saw Oppenheimer this week, and there's a young lady in that who had to do a nude scene, and she's getting all sorts of body fat shaming, which is incredible because she's just a regular shaped woman. She's just normal. She's not a wafer thin supermodel. She's not fat. She's well proportioned, attractive. I really just don't get all the haters. I think I just think go away, annoy somebody else. For God's sake, if you're that ripped or that super voluptuous sexy, well, why don't you strip off and do some nude modelling or go into movies and do nude scenes? Yeah, see how you like it when people hate on you. Anyway, that's not part of the subject today, is it? The subject today is, do I love my Triumph Street Triple R race? I absolutely freaking adore it. It's just the best road bike out there, all things considered, if you want to have a fun, great handling, lightweight bike at reasonable money. It's a winner chicken dinner. Alright, sayonara.
Hey you, if you want to become one of the Ride On people, don't forget to subscribe. Ride often, ride carefully, ride on.